Hey guys, it's Rena and I'm back with another video, guys. So, NFL season is here, and a lot of y'all have been DMing me and asking me a lot inside of the chat. I need help, Rena. Like, I just got Outlier. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to win a bet. So, I'm here to help y'all. Before we get started, just make sure you use code XCLSV for 25% off your first month using Outlier. I'm gonna tell y'all how to basically kind of read NFL props so that way you guys know how to go forward going forward, if that makes sense. I said that wrong. Oh my god. Blipper. All right. Okay, so today it is 12:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and we're looking at the Detroit Lions versus Baltimore Ravens game for Monday Night Football. So we're going to, y'all like to talk about player props first. So I'm just gonna go to a random player and I'm gonna tell y'all how to basically read stuff. Okay, let's go to Derrick Henry or just something random, just something random. All right, so as you can see, I clicked on Derrick Henry's name because I want to go to his profile. Of course, we know he is more known for rushing yards, and it appears that his rushing yards start at 79.5. His line. Now, a lot of y'all have been saying I've only been looking at last five and last 10, but see, this is where you mess up at. Okay, you can look at last five, and we know Derrick Henry is 4 of 5 in his last 5 games, going over 79.5, well, 80 rushing yards. Then we're gonna go here to last 10, and he is 8 of 10 in the last 10, going over 80 rushing yards. Okay, now that is not the only thing you look at, guys. When you're looking at props, don't only look at the last 5 and last 10 and be like, oh well, he's been doing good, let's go, because every team's defense is different. Okay, if you go here to the side right here, you're gonna see like Detroit Lions rushing yards defense. You'll be able to see the team's defense on this matchup tab right here. Make sure you are paying attention to that. Do not only go by last 5 and last 10 because you could be fooling yourself. Everybody's defense is not the same. So, what we're going to do, this is their overall defense. They are 15th in rushing yards allowed, okay? Now we know Derrick Henry is a running back. Okay, so we want to see what's it allowed. Okay, now as you can see, it's different now. It's 17th. They rank 17th in rushing yards allowed. Okay, green mean it's a good matchup. Yellow, it's neutral, aka kind of average. And if it was red, that means it's unfavorable. Okay, that means it's unfavorable. You can also go down here and see the matchup summary. It's all translated to this year as well, and see their rushing yards, their passing yards for both teams, points, third downs, red zone efficiency. Okay, so now that, let's review that again. You can look at the last 5, the last 10. If it's the head-to-head information there, you can look there too. Um, make sure you are paying attention to this matchup tab. Okay, make sure you are paying attention to this matchup tab. Another important tab, if you hear that, let's say somebody is injured, because an injured player can also affect the way a game is played. So if you get a notification or anything that somebody is injured, this is what I do. Okay, I'll go here, I'll click on these little 3 lines right here, then I'll go with games without players. So let's say like games without Isaiah Likely. Okay, you see it changes 1 of 3 and 1 of 3 in the last 5 too, because a player not being there, it changes the whole aspect of the game. So if you see anything like an important player missing, make sure you do that as well. So again, look at last 5, last 10, but the main thing you want to basically look at, do not just go to the matchup tab. Okay, you want to see the overall defense that the opponent team allowed to their position. So we see here that Derrick Henry has an average matchup here. This is not all you do. Okay, now if you scroll down, and it's the same thing on mobile, just scroll all the way down. Okay, you see I have an insight right here too. Derrick Henry has exceeded 80 rushing yards in 4 of his last 5 games at home. Okay. Now, this is important too. So, as you can see, Ravens pass versus run rate. Okay. So, this is their pass rate and this is their run rate. It's about a little bit, kind of, split in me, like split to me. Okay. So, they could be pass heavy because we know Lamar is a great quarterback, and they could be run heavy because Derrick Henry runs fast. The next thing you want to do is scroll down here to where you see rush attempt share. Okay. Now this is, let's say if you were doing the rushing prop or whatever prop. Okay. So we know that Derrick Henry ranks one in targets. Like they look at Derrick Henry a lot. Okay. He has 29 rush attempts and his rush share percentage is 58%. Okay. So we know that they're gonna be looking at Derrick Henry. Okay. They're gonna be looking at Derrick Henry if he has a good matchup. Okay. So make sure you're paying attention to this. This is overall. Now, if you go to the red zone, see it changes. You see that he is targeted the most up here. Okay. For rush attempt share. Now, if you go to red zone, he goes down. Okay. We know that Lamar Jackson is first with 2 red zone rush attempts this season with a 40% red zone rush share percentage. Okay. Then it's Justin Hill, then it's Rasheen Ali, then it's Derrick Henry. Okay. So make sure you're paying attention to this because it'll tell you all you need to know, because you don't want to bet on somebody who don't get a lot of targets, right? So make sure you're paying attention to that. Another helpful thing that I do is I scroll down and I look at this. So whatever prop you're looking at is going to have this at the bottom. So rushing yards versus Detroit Lions. Okay. So this is all running backs who basically faced the Lions and what their prop was and what they like, how they performed. So we know Emmanuel Wilson on the Packers, when he faced the Lions, his line was set at 13.5. He ended with 4. So he did not go over his prop line. Then we have Josh Jacobs, who line was set at 70.5 and he ended with 66. Okay. Then we have DeAndre Swift, who line was set at 49.5 and he ended with 63 rushing yards. So now y'all see how I'm doing it. Make sure you're always on their position as well. Okay. Make sure you're always on their position. So we know DeAndre Swift is the only one so far this season who has went over their rushing yard props against the Lions. Okay. Not too many people far off like Josh Jacobs. He wasn't far off. So we know that the prime people are the main people who is almost exceeding their line, which is why they ranked 17th here, is because only one person actually exceeded their line, with Josh Jacobs also being closer. So that is how you read that information there. So I hope this video also helped you. If you want to look at their scoring, their offense, and versus the opponent team's defense, you'll see it all here. Okay. You'll see it all here and you could change it. In my last video, I told y'all about strength of schedule. You can look at the last videos to see how I do this. The Ravens has been killing it. Okay. They have been killing it. I love that for them. I love that for them. Okay. So that is how you basically read this information for any prop that you want to go on, because a lot of y'all were only looking at the last 5, last 10, and that's not all you want to do. If you want to get into detail, because some people actually perform better at home, or some people will perform better away. If they're at home, you could toggle this little tab right here and see how they perform at home. Derrick Henry is 8 of 10 at home in the last 10 games, going over 80 rushing yards. I almost said receiving. And then he's 84 of 5 in his last 5 games, going over 80. Okay. So that is how you read that information there. Make sure y'all are getting all of that information into consideration. Okay. Those are the main things you want to look at whenever you're looking at props. I hope that helps. It's literally for all props. It's the same thing that I showed you guys already. So any prop you go to, let's see. All right, so like for example, Jared Goff, his line is set to 260.5, so 261 passing yards. He went over that 7 of 10 in his last 10 games. That's a 70% hit rate. In the last 5, he's 3 of 5 going over 261 passing yards. So that's a 60% hit rate. Now, if you see over here, it looks different. You see green right here. So this is the what the Ravens rank 32nd in passing yards allowed, okay, to quarterbacks. So we see that Jared Goff has a good matchup here. Again, like we did with Derrick Henry, you scroll down, you can see also that the Lions are really pass heavy. They're really pass heavy. Okay, you scroll down. You just keep scrolling down. All right, and we see that in one game with the Bills, when Josh Allen's line was set at 229.5, so 230, he went well over that line. He had 394 passing yards. Okay, Joe Flacco, that's our uncle right there. Our uncle right there. So he didn't go over his line, but come on. All right, it's Scott we're talking about. When his line was set at 239.5, so 240, he only went over 199. But you know, that's kind of that makes sense, especially with the Browns also liking to run the ball as well. So make sure y'all are paying attention to all of that information there. Okay, guys, it's the same exact thing. Okay, it's the same exact thing. Remember, key thing, you can look at last 5, last 10. Make sure you go to the matchup tab to see what they rank. Okay, then you want to scroll down. You want to see their target percentage and how many times they got targeted, because you want to see people who actually get targeted. Because yeah, like, you don't want to bet on somebody who have 0 targets and they're way at the bottom. I mean, you're like, why didn't he look for him? Like, well, he didn't look for him at all. It kind of makes sense, And then you want to scroll all the way down and you want to see the information, basically the same people as their position and how they exceeded or did not exceed their line. That is how you read the player props on Outlier for NFL. I hope this video helped you. If this video helped you, drop a like and subscribe. Again, you could get Outlier for 25% off using code XCLSV off your first month for 25% off. Okay, this is Rena. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys do amazing with your props. If this video helped you, just comment and tell me what prop that you're actually going to be playing, or what else you want to see for the next video. Bye, guys.